Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kusogrand8, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I'm Brosencha, and I'm here to dish out the goods, okay? Actually, dish out the bads, more like it. This is a quote-unquote bad video game tournament. I put quotes around it this time so that people stop arguing about whether or not the game is freaking bad or not. My gosh. Y'all are like, oh, this game looks good. Oh, this game looks playable. No, bad is subjective. That's the biggest thing here. And because that, bad doesn't mean unenjoyable. Good doesn't mean fun. In general, we're looking at the strange, the weird, the forgotten games in this world. And Crappy, I haven't forgotten about you. Take us on over past the same RoboCop as before. We need that. You know what else we need? How about another GM Classic? Say hello to our dear friend, Flannel Cat. Gonna eat the burger? You gonna eat the burger, huh? You gonna nom that burger? I'd eat the burger. It looks good.
Hello.
Hello, Flannel Cat.
Hello and welcome to Kusogrand8, your home of Kusograndes and 8s.
And the number 8. Oh, okay.
They only. It's Kusogrand8.
Kusogrand8. Honestly, yeah, how are you doing, Flannel Cat? What's going on in life? Anything exciting?
Okay. Okay, so I have so much to say. I'm sorry. I helped out as crew on my first ever opera, and that was pretty cool. I ran the spotlights. It was my first time in any sort of stage production and any sort of role.
Are you serious?
I was helping out with the spotlights, and that was fun. I've never done that before. That was cool as heck.
I've been in an opera. I was a singer. Yeah, I didn't have a solo, thank goodness.
I can't even imagine. I can't sing for my life, but I have a good friend in the area that I met on Twitter, that runs an opera company nearby, and it's like a queer local run indie opera company, and it's amazing.
Oh, that's so
was
cool.
So cool to be a part of. And right the day after the show closed, I drove to GDQ, which was 8 hours, and then GDQ happened, and then I drove 8 hours south down to my state's local pinball state finals because I was in the women's state finals.
Yeah.
And then drove 4 hours home the next day.
So you've been a little bit busy. Not only that, but like at Kuso Live, you helped out. You gave some of the games, right?
I gave 2 games in Kusogrand8 Live. I loved it. I had a really good time.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I wasn't able to be there, but Jeff helped out tremendously, and all of the GMs who were there helped out tons as well. I was just like, I was so sad. I didn't think it was going to happen, but then everybody was like, no, we're still going to make it happen. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you, my friends.
It was a good time. And Jeff was such a sweetheart. I was so happy to meet him. He's such
You've never met Jeff before?
Person. No.
Oh, Jeff's great.
I only played Jeff games.
Yeah, I played Bible Buffet one time with Jeff, and he won. It was like 3 hours of freaking Bible Buffet. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Flannel Cat, let's stop talking about the past. Let's talk about the present, because you gave a present in the form of a video game. It's not
did.
RoboCop, right?
It's not this time.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
I tried to.
What? No, no, you tried to give us... No.
I went very gentle, and I tried to give a different RoboCop game that I thought was very fun, that I grew up with, and they're like, we've all played it. I'm like, all right, that's fine, because I kind of secretly want to give you this instead.
Uh-oh, so what do we have?
We have Wiber, Cyber, Combat, Police. So
this is just bootleg RoboCop.
Excuse me. Face in the internet, not the internet. Japan did not make this game, so you could call it bootleg.
Okay. Yeah, I'm completely convinced. I absolutely agree with what you say. We've got a not bootleg RoboCop.
I keep wanting to call it like Tonkatsu RoboCop, but like Tonkatsu's like chicken or like something. It's not. That's the wrong word, but I know it's a similar one.
Oh, chicken katsu is good. That's tasty. Can you eat this RoboCop?
You cannot eat this RoboCop.
Well, I wanna eat the RoboCop.
Yeah, chat's got it. Chat's got it. Thank you.
Well, everybody, we've got these 4 players here who are going to be trying to make as much progress as they can over the course of the hour. Whoever does, of course, will take the victory. Whoever doesn't, though, will not take the victory. That's how it goes, you know? That's what a race is. It's amazing, Flannel Cat. Actually, you know, everybody in round 1 will be moving on to round 2. It's just those who take first in round 1 will have a bit of a leg up. Those who take last will have to play better later on in order to move on. Honestly, though, there's no shame in getting eliminated. In fact, I think that it's kind of fun. Go ahead and struggle a little bit, you know?
I agree. I gave players controls. I gave them the... so the controls in this game are hidden behind a cheat code, which you need to put on the title screen.
Wait, they have to input a cheat code? Uh-oh.
To see the controls. Which Dude has done. So we can see all the lovely controls, like on lever and off lever, and left move, all that fun stuff. Sorry, I like completely stopped paying attention for like 15 full seconds there, so that's on me.
That's all right. I've got to do a quick refresh of the feeds to make sure that I actually have everything going correctly. Because what can you say? We had a little buffering on one of the streams, but I think that we are set.
How do I pop out this window? I'll work that out without... There we go. Boom.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So this is a video game. I did give players a cheat code because this game has limited continues and we want a good race today. So I've given them all an infinite, excuse me, an infinite lives cheat code. Or no, infinite continues. And I've also told them to start from the game over screen. So
yes,
we all know
go to the game over screen.
So they're all gonna start and then die.
Okay, so I will go ahead and wait for them to do that. Welcome to Kusogrand8. Sometimes people have to do weird things in order to get set up. Okay, they've all gotten game over. Okay.
And here we go. So we have unlimited credits, which means they'll get to play the game for more than 15 minutes.
Now, everybody, you are welcome to predict who the winner is going to be. You may recognize some of the names on the screen. I believe that we've had most of the players except for Salo on the stream before, although Virazek might be a newcomer as well.
Virazek is a player I've had before.
Oh, okay.
As they've reminded me. They're just like, this is the second time you've given me a Kusogrand8 for a TurboGrafx beat 'em up. And I'm like, sweet. That sounds like me.
Well, you know what? There's no time like the present to get rolling because we are doing the countdown. So chat, please spam all of your cross Wiber cyber combat police emotes, whatever, RoboCop. Just spam whatever you spam for RoboCop.
Oh, it's TPC. They were talking about the play of speedrun every system project. And I'm like, I know someone who was doing that.
Ooh.
All right, welcome to whatever the name of this game was, Crossweaver Cyber Combat Police for it's the PC Engine game. It's very good, as we can tell. It is a belt-scrolling beat 'em up. This is the first of a series of 2 games. The sequel is a lot more playable and also a lot harder at the same time.
Okay. I mean,
so maybe we'll see that one later.
I sort of appreciate that, like, when difficulty comes to how well you're able to play, you know, to your skill. With that said, if this game is not very easy and unfair, the players are going to have to learn how to adjust to the unfairness.
Uh-huh. And, like, that's what you kind of got to do, because these levels, you'll just get juggled all day sometimes. And that's kind of awesome. And we've already discovered one player who learned how to die, and one player who learned how to transform. Mm-hmm. So, to a good start. 2 players who learned how to die.
Well, good.
And there are no lives in this game, you just have, like, continues, and it's 3 continues to beat the game, which is, I don't know, very difficult. I believe this is the first game player, so I could be completely mistaken. Things are weird sometimes.
Yeah, we really, like, someone in chat was saying that this might be the second game, but I don't know.
It's been a minute.
Like, really, after having to deal with Kingdom Hearts and Yakuza and whatever naming systems are out there, I don't even know what 1 and 2 mean anymore. You know, they can just be made up.
I swear I'm not going to talk about Yakuza while I'm here, other than the fact that I have played 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Gaiden since November to 2 days ago.
I mean, they're so good. They are so freaking good.
So I played like 7 games in preparation for Infinite Wealth, which I have not loaded up because I was playing Pal World.
I haven't touched that yet. I might.
Punches above its weight class, I'll give it that. It punches well above its weight class for what it is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's good to hear. And honestly, anything that, like, is a Pokemon parody that manages to get out there, I'm mostly okay with.
Yeah. We've got 2 players in stage 2. We've got 2 players in stage 1. 1 player is moving into stage 2. The first stage is very much like, here's a walk. It's literally a walk in the park. Maybe not so much in difficulty. Enemies can juggle you and they're weird. You get a handle for how to fight them.
Oh yeah.
And then in the second stage, you fight completely different enemies. It's fine.
Yeah, speaking of the walk in the park, I believe that I messed things up a little bit with the top capture. There we go. We can see the full boss. I thought, wow, the top is really cut off here. It's difficult to see the boss. It still is difficult, but not as bad as I thought it was. Like, I love train stages, but why do they have to make it like the top third of the screen?
So what if we just gave you a shmup instead?
Perfect. That's what I was asking for, I guess.
And this game has amazing music. It genuinely has amazing music, which is a constant in a lot of PC Engine titles.
Pew, 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 pew. This game looks so cool.
Oh,
this looks so fun. I want to play
cool.
it. Okay, so why is this in Kusogrand8? All I'm seeing is good game here.
Yep, good games Grande. That's what we're doing, right?
No, you're wrong. This is not Good Games Grande. This is Kusogrand8. Where's the bad?
It is exceptionally rude, and you will catch on to that as time moves on. It is a very rude video game that does not like you or fun. And mostly it's going to be the platforming that gets them, which is a lot of stage 4 and a few stages later on.
Okay. Pew, 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 pew.
Because I kind of gave this a very middle of the road, and I figured it was a good round 1 game because it's not awful, but it's far from great.
So,
but it's not good.
I do have to ask, because it seems like some players haven't learned how to transform. How do you transform?
I believe you just hit the select button. There might be a D-pad input in there.
The select button, a player's greatest weakness.
I gave them the control screen. The transforms, you will find other items in the world that will change what color you transform into, which determines what weapon you get.
I don't like the bats with the little stingy tails. Those kind of gross me out.
I love this kick that the blue transform does. It's just a really tall kick.
Ha! Ha! I mean, you look like RoboCop at this point, which makes sense. This is totally...
Yeah, it's just RoboCop at this point, and that character has a gun, so more power to him.
Yeah, like, this is as close as you can get to RoboCop without being RoboCop, maybe. I mean, you are combat police, and you put on a metal suit at times. This is RoboCop. It's just less, like, you're not permanently a robot, you know?
Well, you can be if you just don't get hit. Like, it's not a timer, it's just, like, how much energy do you have?
Gotcha.
And so you can keep it rolling if you're really good at it. Part-time RoboCop is a game that I want to play now. That's a phrase that I need in my life.
Part-time RoboCop? That would be pretty cool. Then What do you do on your, like, days off? What do you do with the rest of your time? Like, art? Science?
You get into competitive CCGs, probably.
Oh, no. Never mind. That was a bad idea. No more part-time RoboCop allowed.
It's never something I got into. We have Verzek fighting the first part of the boss of part 2, stage 2, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like the boss went down. Unfortunately, the stupid, ugly bat showed up right after. Like, they just swarm. As soon as the boss is dead, bam, they're there.
It's frog time.
Also,
welcome to the frog.
If I don't respond for a little while, it's probably because I have lasagna in my mouth because I gotta eat lunch. But
I think that's fine. I've not eaten lunch, but I've got a complicated relationship with food going on right now. But
yeah,
I'll eat lunch later.
Same here. I mean, welcome to, hey, COVID tried to mess up my stomach more than it was already messed up. Yay!
All right, welcome to stage 5.
For who?
Not technically, there are doors in the stage, but I would not classify it as a maze in any way.
Who is on stage 5? Is it Solo?
Solo on stage 5 right now. This is the introduction of doors you can enter. From what I remember, like, most doors are just dead ends. Until you find the one that isn't.
Yeah, Solo's doing very well.
This game, like, if you can find a vibe with it, if you can learn to speak its language, you'll do pretty well.
My love language is apparently crap, because I really dig this game.
Oh, it's so good. I adore this game. And, like, a lot of people would probably have not a pleasant time with it.
Yeah,
But they probably would also. I don't know, I'm not trying to say it's terrible, but it is round 1 of Kusogrand8. Like, I'm only going to give so bad games.
Yeah, I usually say that for round 1, and then I give, like, the worst game I find, because I'm just evil like that. I told people, don't worry, you don't have to pull your punches for round 1, okay? This is part of the fun of the mystery tournament. You can give out something absolutely rancid, like RoboCop for Apple II, you know? And I'm completely fine if you do that, but you can give something out that's kind of fun and broken in other ways. You know, this is the quote-unquote bad game tournament. Bad isn't necessarily linear.
Bad isn't linear. That's a Fox quote.
I'm not exactly sure what that
for
means.
Kusogrand8.
Yeah.
I don't know. You put it on the back of the DVD box set for Kusogrand8 and you're good to go.
Oh, good.
We need that. That's a thing we need to do.
By the way, I do want to say thank you for Peachy Chan and other people who subscribed. I have a hard time catching everybody during Kusogrand8 just because I try to focus on the matches. But thank you for the followers as well, like Gunstar Heroes and Toasty Stoat. Many thanks. Toasty Stoat. That makes me think edible stoat. I'm not sure I
like
want...
the fish? Is that the stoat's a fish, right?
No, a stoat is like a weasel, but deadlier.
Okay. Okay, I'm on board. Could a stoat also be a fish sometimes?
No, stoats are not fish.
Fine. I like the sad music when a player dies. It makes me very happy. It's real good.
I do have to ask, because we're getting to Chapter 5 pretty quickly, how does the continue system work for this?
You get 3 continues and that's it, normally. We've given unlimited continues now, otherwise we would have seen players completely restarting the game multiple times now.
Yeah.
And very specifically the stage that Solo is on right now.
Yeah, for those who are a little bit worried about stuttering for Solo, we did get informed that there is some weather going on around Solo's place, so I'm not going to be too concerned. I will refresh the stream from time to time just to make sure that it is not falling behind. But it's something with Kusogrand8, you know, I don't want to ban somebody just because they're having a bad internet day.
Kusogrand8 is for everybody.
Yeah, as long
even people that have terrible internet.
Yeah, we'll get through it, and then if you manage to do well, then we'll figure out a solution for you. Sometimes just lowering the quality or other things will make it go smoother. But it's not something that I'm too worried about for round one thing,
Yeah. So Solo is in the round that really, solidified me putting it on this list. This stage is... The platforming is miserable. And honestly, this is why this game is here. It's probably this stage, and I'm just gonna watch Solo get through it on their second try, and I'll be like, all right, maybe I'm actually bad at games now, but...
Yeah, I like the fire-breathing frog. That's actually kind of a cool design.
Yeah, otherwise I'd get here and just game over repeatedly.
Yeah.
The fire-breathing frog is great, and round 9 is a door maze, which I've provided the players with the solution, so it's not a tracking nightmare.
Oh, you are so kind.
Almost all the incorrect doors have that frog in them, and you have to refight it. And it's great.
So
I was kind of putting together a little bit of a map, and I'm just like, yeah, it's a frog room.
Yay, Frog Room! For those who are wondering, by the way, yeah, this game came out in 1990 for the TurboGrafx 16. The, Face was the developer here, and the main programmer worked on other things like Tetris Party for the Wii. Martian Maze, we had that. Honey in the Sky, which is a game related to Honey on the Road. Same character.
Honey in the Sky is a very interesting game, and it might see its way onto this stage one day, but I don't know.
I have never actually played that one. I love Honey on the Road, though, one of my favorites. And I'm very interested in seeing a Honey in the Sky sometime.
It's a really interesting shmup.
But we also have credits for Bust a Move 4 for PlayStation for this developer, which is pretty cool, Just because somebody worked on a flawed game doesn't mean that everything that they did was flawed. In fact, a lot of the times people get sentenced to problematic projects, and, as a programmer, your goal is to make the best thing that you can with the resources that you can. And honestly, some of the art in this is actually really beautiful. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. Face is a really interesting developer, and a lot of their games have ended up on this channel. I gave a Face game in Kusogrand8 Live, but I have a lot of love for their games.
Which Face game did you give?
Alice in Wonder Dream, or Fushigi no Yume no Alice.
I love that game. It's so much fun.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the games that I'm on the edge of whether it's good or bad. I would probably argue good but highly flawed, which is perfect for Kusogrand8, the quote-unquote bad video game tournament,
It's the players had a lot of trouble with it, which was interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you die so much in that game. Come on. And Alice in Wonderland, except Alice is freaking dead. She's so dead. It's if Alice, except by Guillermo
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, that boy.
And Snow White is in that game, and Cinderella.
Oh,
so we're seeing why this game might be in Kusogrand8 now.
We have a lot of knockback into the pits. This stage is a nightmare. The biggest thing that they're going to have to do is learn, how can I get past these bats without getting knocked into a pit? Killing them is one way. One way would be to bait them out and then go back to the platform that you were on so you don't get knocked into the pit. I'm just trying to think of different strats off the top of my head. Baiting enemies out is probably going to be one of the easier ways to deal with them.
Yeah. So this stage is kind of why I gave them unlimited credits. Because races would have probably gotten to the point where players could get here immediately and then just take 3 bad jumps and have to restart the game. Mm-hmm. The race would be the first 4 stages repeatedly.
Oh, I like this music. I should add it to my playlist.
And Vizarek is here now. Chat's pointing out that they have not transformed in the slightest, which I respect. But everyone got to see the same control screen. Everyone got the same ats and pinned messages, and everyone else has done it. So at this point, I think it's just trying to assert dominance over the video game.
Yeah. Well, the person who... The main person, there were two people who worked on audio for this. First one, Yasushi Kawasaki, who also worked on the pop and music games for Dreamcast and PlayStation.
That's fantastic.
Also, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. We also had them do an audio for Honey on the Road. So, seriously, a lot of great sounding games. The other person who worked on audio, Hiroto Saito, actually did music for tons of games. The Power Dolls FX series, which I have a feeling might be risque because they're on PC Engine. But we also have Solid Force. I don't know that game. There are a lot of games that I don't know, except for Fushigi no Yume no Alice, aka the Alice in Wonderland game that you gave at Kuso Live. Great music, incredibly difficult.
Fantastic music. It really gets in your head too. It's just a good one.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to let the audience know that the competitors in chat are saying, I understand why you wanted infinite continues now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. The players know why infinite continues are a thing. Except 3 Hams might not quite understand that, but maybe does. This game is brutal.
Mm-hmm. 3 Hands will get there.
Yeah,
I like how
beautiful
Hands is committed to RoboCop mode. I really appreciate this.
It's very important. I mean, RoboCop mode gets a gun.
It does, which is I like the sword from the red transform, but the boomerang is fine. The gun is there.
The difficult thing is that the boss's hitbox is so small that you have to get your bullets just right to hit it in the eye, which 3 Hams is doing pretty well. I mean, you get into the right rhythm here. It makes me think a little bit of Aliens, Alien 2 for NES as well as MSX. The hitbox is very, very specific. 3 Hams! Bam! Into the pit! Literally the first pit possible! I love it!
In my tracking notes for players to let them know how progress is judged is if everyone's on the same stage, and it's either going to be pixels forward or the furthest pit you fell in.
Yeah, and the refs, by the way, for this round, we have Reverend Gumby, Yuge, Silver Dwarf, and Nakarashi who are helping out. Each one of them has a specific person that they're watching to track progress. And it looks like Dude has made it to Pillar 18. Very specific, but I appreciate that specific attention because I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I like that we've kind of really built out the ref role, and a lot of that is like yourself and Hedgemaze. Hedgemaze does so much for this. I don't know how we do this without them.
Honestly, it was more Hedgemaze than me. I sort of had an idea for what could happen, but Hedgemaze put the work into making sure that it happened. And Virazek appears to be using pause strats. That's very smart for this area. Pausing while you're jumping through, to see if an enemy shows up so you know to attack. Oh my gosh, Virazek might actually get through this.
Yeah, the pause strats I've seen. Virazek is a long-seasoned Kusogrand8 player, and used to go by Tea Party Cthulhu, if you recognize that name.
Oh, this is Tea Party Cthulhu? Oh my gosh! Yeah. Virazek, no wonder you're doing so well. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Their pronouns didn't change, so I assume it's okay to mention their old Twitch name, but they're a seasoned player and have a project where they speedrun a game from every console, so...
Yeah. The thing is, there's a difference between doing a blind playthrough and doing a speed run. A blind race, you want to make things more consistent, and there are times that pause strats are going to be extremely helpful, especially when one small mistake is a death and you have to replay the entire stage. Yeah, it can be frustrating. There are some people who really don't like to do it. I'm personally not somebody who's going to use pause strats unless it seems like I am losing a lot of time and it would make a huge difference. I don't know if I would use pause strats here, and that would probably be a fault of mine rather than a personal choice that is a good personal choice. I really like these strats.
I like Solo transforming into Boomerang Man, and I think reaching the end of the pillars here.
Oh.
Nope, never mind, just kidding. Maybe, actually.
Oh, there's the
anymore.
boss. We have a boss, everybody. Can you see the boss's health, by the way?
You cannot.
Okay, gotcha. So
hits on the boss will be, but I don't think... Okay, I'm going to say that, but hopefully it won't come down to that, but you know.
yeah, if it...
Refs are for a reason.
Yeah, that's why we have referees. Like, if it is reliable to see how many hits are done, as long as they're in the same form, we would assume it's doing the same amount of damage. But with that said, we don't have to worry about that for this boss, because the boss is dead for Solo Andrade.
Moving on to the next stage. This is not the end of pits, but I think we're not going to see pits for a little bit.
Actually,
It's also possible people beat this game. I'm going to throw that out there. These players are doing very well.
I gotta think, is Solo going a Spanish name or a Portuguese name? Because it would be Andrade in Spanish, but Andrade in Portuguese. So I'm gonna have to find that out.
Have their if you click on their name in Discord, they have their pronouns set in 2 different languages and has different their profiles in 2 different languages there, which is cool. But I'm not good at identifying a language, especially in that minute.
Yeah, I would say that that's Portuguese.
Their profile has. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Brazil. Yes. So that would be Salo Andrade, who is doing pretty dang well here. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there are I believe 13 stages in this game, so it's entirely possible someone beats it. It took me a while to get there.
Yeah.
What I did was I played up into this stage, game overed, put in the infinite lives code and replayed it, and it took me about an hour and 45 minutes.
And you, like Flannel Cat, you took second in Kusogrand8 before.
I've taken second in Kusogrand8.
Yeah.
In Kusogrand8 4, if you will.
Yeah, and like anybody who makes it to the end of a tournament, even if they don't come in first, I still tend to think that they are very good when it comes to being a blind player for video games. So making it there in an hour 45, I would assume nobody is going to finish this game. That is my declaration here. We're not going to see a completion. And if we do, then holy guacamole.
And the door maze did not take me very long. I just kind of lucked into the proper route, like the first try.
Yeah. Well, you gave them the solution to the door maze, so that's going to be a non-issue. Really, the biggest problem is these instant pit or death pits, these instant pit deaths, whatever. Instant pit, everybody. All you do is slap a pit down there, bam, Insta-pit.
Welcome to Insta-pit.
It's like Instapot, except deadlier. Sometimes.
I think the dude's getting there. I believe the boss is not far past these pillars. I haven't been counting pillars, unlike the lovely referees today.
Okay, I do not like where Solo is. What are these jumps? What are these platforms? There's no sink. There's no sink. Where's the sink, everybody?
Yeah, this, okay, so I took a few notes. I write like a few comments after I play a game when I did the TurboGrafx 300, which was me playing through the console's whole library, which I stopped about 70 games short.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't want to play like 15 racing games and 20 shmups.
You were down to the ones you didn't want to play. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few I still wanted to play in there, but I'll probably get to those at one point. Probably just narrow it down to exactly those.
Welcome to my life. You have a project, and then after a 2-year break, you're like, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay, so my notes and afterthoughts were, okay, so this game has its ups and downs. Really fun gameplay. Really enjoyed the moment to moment. Except in all caps. What the heck, pits? I died a lot. Exclusively falling into pits.
Yeah.
It's just mean and bad. So those are my thoughts. And the pits are why this game is here.
Hey, good news. Dude is on to the boss. This is a solid second place behind Solo.
Using the Super Joy, you can hit both buttons and do the Super Joy attack. That will hurt you when you do it.
Well, if you're almost dead, don't do the Super Joy attack.
Yeah.
Because then you are dead. Well, can you die by using it?
Parties.
There we go.
Oh,
Dude with one sliver of health left finishes the boss and moves on to the next stage, solidifying second place for the time being. Very nice move there to do, dude.
I do have to note, at Kusogrand8 Live, you get the opportunity to talk to a live crowd, and just to get the room clapping when someone beats a difficult boss or clears a difficult stage or a hurdle was really cool.
Oh.
It was really cool.
I want to do it. I want to do it, Flannel Cat.
That and just in the middle of Alice in Wonder Dream, we'd got about 30 minutes in and no one had opened the magic menu, so I'm like, I'm gonna tell you both something. Neither of you have opened the magic menu, and both of them just laugh, and the room laughs, and it was cool.
I like that.
It's interesting and different opportunities in a live environment.
Yeah, I've done a lot of live performance, Flannel Cat. I've done years of improv. I did a lot of theater, and yeah, a live audience, especially when they're digging what they're watching, it just adds so much good energy. Yeah, I love doing stuff in front of people.
Oh, me too. I'm a big fan. But hey, next time. Oh, we've got Robert Cop on Solo's side.
Hey, Solo got across one of the tricky jumps. Okay, second jump there. Biggest thing, you want to watch for platform cycles so that you can actually make that jump. Very, very nice. This is still very evil. I don't like it.
Now they're just being beaten out by snakes.
I hate when snakes just, don't use their teeth and just bop you with their heads. What the crap? Stupid snake.
We still have not seen a transform from Virzek, and honestly, I'm gonna be sad if they ever do.
No, Solo, no!
Oh, I love it. I love it.
The thing with Kusogrand is that we try to keep things fair, Occasionally we will give information during a match, but it's going to be information that nobody knows. If somebody has figured something out, and one person hasn't, like the suit transform, then we are not going to tell them how to transform because other people have already gained that knowledge. But if I'm trying to think, one of the classic matches, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for NES, there's a room that has a switch in there that I swear Kusogrand8 won. People were there for an hour and unable to figure out how to get through. And
You said that's in the sewers, with the organ?
I mean, it is technically most of the game is in the sewers, so I would assume yes.
I had to play that game for I think Mystery Triathlon, and
it's bad.
I loved it.
It
was an experience.
It's got some interesting ideas. And I'm talking about the switch that changes gravity so you're upside down. If you know that switch.
I don't think I've been there.
Okay. That's fairly close to the end of the game. But yeah, both of the players had been stuck on that for a long time, and I was like, okay, if you'd like, I will give this information. And I think all that I said, I will give a one-word clue, and they said yes, and I said, switch. And they both found it within a minute or two because,
It's all it takes.
Yeah, but because they were both walled there, and that was back in the day where we had 2-hour matches instead of one. Like, spending a full hour there, I decided mercy was necessary.
Absolutely. And at that time, you're also trying to put on a show for the lovely audience out there.
Not Kuso 1. I was trying to laugh.
Okay, that's true. Kuso 1 was a different beast.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird if you go back and watch any of the VODs.
And what was the last Kuso? You participated in Kuso 3, and that was the last one, right?
Either Kuso 3 or Kuso 4 is the only one that I participated
4.
in. But
GMs could play for a while and still GM, but...
Yeah, which, you know, I sort of miss, but I also like that we did the GM bracket for Kuso 7. That was a lot of fun to see how everybody did.
A part of me did miss competing, but also I got it all out of my system in the GM bracket. We're good.
We'll probably do that again.
I'll... Oh. Okay, dude tried to land on a platform that wasn't real, and,
you can't
not surprising
jump on fake platforms. That's not how they work. Oh, Virazek sees the moving platform of doom. Yeah, it's coming. Can you make the jump? No! Yeah,
what a
this
stage.
part is evil.
What a game. What an absolute game. I didn't want to give out the surprise, or give away the surprise of why this game is in Kusogrand8.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, I forget how many platforming-centric stages there are. But I believe if they get through this, they should be A-okay. Until, like, you know, another one shows up.
Oh, yeah. Tristan is pointing out that during the Kusogrand8 7 GM bracket, I had to do some weird black magic in order to balance audio without hearing them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can do that. It's really, it's tricky, but we did it.
Yeah, it seems doable. I feel like I can figure that out. Especially now that, like, OBS is better about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That and, like, having Discord audio go through so that everybody could hear the commentators without me being able to hear them. That was, like, it's fun. I love how much technology has advanced that you can actually do those things just on your home computer. You know, you don't have to have a fancy setup. You know, if you have OBS and, like, are just really persistent, you can make things happen. Again, like Tristan is the biggest wizard this year in making a wonderful server setup so that we can essentially have the matches with no delay. I will be refreshing Solo and everybody's stream, though. Just make sure everything isn't too buffered. Probably about at the 10 minutes left mark. But
Solo's through 7 now, has fought the weird dinosaur T-Rex.
Oh, yeah.
And is in 8. These players are doing exceptionally. All of them.
Yeah.
Like, these platforming stages are very difficult. But even just, like, the beat-em-up parts are not, they're not free. Enemies can gang up on you, they tend to move around a lot. And,
you don't seem to have a lot of iframes either. Like,
oh no, barely any.
Yeah, the knockback, very few iframes. Honestly, if you have this much health, I kind of prefer you being able to get chained a little bit. You know, maybe not too much, but, like, you know, I don't want to walk in the park like level 1. I want whatever's happening right now. I want to be able to die, you know?
And there is, and I've not poked at it to see what it does. There is a hard mode to this too, that I assume just changes some numbers around.
You're probably right. That...
Solo on, I guess, I don't know if this is the boss of 8 or a boss of 8, but...
You know, one of the weird things that I actually really appreciate with hard modes, one of the best hard modes out there, I would say, is with the Tintin series, which we saw. Neitzel played Tintin in Tibet at GDQ. Neitzel took second in GDQ Live and played Tintin in Tibet for the Alpha Block. And hard mode for that increases the difficulty without making the run longer. It's actually the same length, it's just harder, and it's really a good way to increase it. You have some more enemies show up. The timer is a lot stricter to the point where you actually kind of have to speedrun levels in order to beat them in time. Things don't deal additional damage, and you don't have... Technically, you don't really fight in that game at all, but, like, you have to plan and manage your health a lot more. I'd say Prisoners of the Sun for Super Nintendo may even be a better system because hard is technically the fastest when it comes to a speed run. Yeah, one of the levels, just everything speeds up. Everything goes faster, and it's incredibly difficult on hard, but if you can do it, it's faster.
Yeah, and Neitzel was saying when we were going over commentary stuff that hard mode in Tintin and Tibet was like not supposed to be completable or something along those lines. Like it was just kind of made like cruelly difficult, and stages didn't have enough time to beat them in most cases.
Oh, really?
And yeah, like if you don't do everything very perfectly,
I mean,
like, you
I've
just don't
beaten
have
it
the
on
time to beat
hard.
the stage. And RNG can just, you can do everything right, and RNG just takes you out for no reason on hard.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Oh.
Maybe not meant to be beaten, but not play tested or something.
Yeah, Tempestrol in
It's
chat
always
is
some
noting
interesting
that they ended up getting Tintin Prisoners of the Sun hard mode in Kusogrand8, but there is a level where you drive a car and you can honk the horn, and let me tell you, there was a lot of honking during the Kusogrand8 match. A lot of honking.
That's Prisoners of the Sun is the one where you're on the back of the train car dodging luggage, right?
It has the train level, yes. And that's the level that is a lot faster on hard.
That was a lot of fun. I got that state in Kusogrand8.
It's such a good one. The dude unfortunately got hit by an enemy and knocked into a pit, and we have chat, specifically KM Lone Mousewolf, asking, this game is kind of nice looking. Why is this here again?
If you look,
Yeah, just
there might be some pits waiting for you.
Just wait for a minute. You will see a few journeys into the abyss. And by a few, I mean primarily that's what this game consists of, falling into the abyss.
Yeah, like for context, we got to this stage with the red background at about 15 minutes from every player. And the stage with the blue background is only one stage past that. And they are both terrible platforming stages.
I'm excited. Okay, Solo is on an elevator. Is this the quote-unquote door maze? Or is this just an elevator?
Yeah. This is the door maze. The thing with the door maze is, like, it's not really that complicated. You'll mostly either go the right way and you'll make progress, or you'll find a dead end and nothing will happen, or there'll be a room with a frog in it. But I've never tried to wander off the path that I lucked into to see what would happen or how lost you could get. So I'm like, all right, let me just give them the route that I took that's also on GameFAQs that I luckily picked that completely randomly when I played this the first game.
Okay.
The first time. So like, so no one like just goes in a random direction and just no one can tell how far they are.
Oh my gosh. Like, door mazes are... They're one of the things that just don't really need to exist, in my opinion. They're stupid. Because...
They really don't.
Like, especially if it's a door that you go through and going back takes you to a different place. Like, what kind of non-Euclidean nonsense are you programming? Huh?
It's terrible. Like, they interrupt the gameplay in the worst way possible.
I would actually say, like, the door maze for Aliens on MSX is one of the most impressive, because you just get presented with a room that has, how many doors is it? I think 14 doors. And it's like, are you serious? Oh no.
And it's workable though. It's like one of the easier door mazes is the thing. It's just got a lot of doors for no reason.
Well, okay, it's workable, but then doors for the rest of the game on MSX, doors are your main enemy. And in fact, in order to access the final boss, you have to find the one unmarked door that looks like a wall.
I hate that door.
And in order to go through it, to go through doors in that game, you don't press up, you don't press a button to enter, you have to stand for about 2 to 3 seconds. And then you go through the door. And let me tell you, I saw that spot, like, I passed that spot once for the door to the final boss, and I was like, what the crap is going on? And I got back to it, and I'm like, just watch. This is a door. And I stood there, and I went into the wall, and it was the boss. I was like, are you for real?
I remember my very first time playing this game, and I'd get to the first door of the game and be like, what is happening? Why can I not? What do you do here?
The answer
and then,
is
like,
nothing.
I alt-tabbed to type something angrily somewhere, and then Ripley went to the door.
Oh, I love Aliens, Alien 2. Like, seriously, Square, I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that it came out on MSX. I'm sad that you never finished the Nintendo version, because it's... What just happened to Solo?
What just happened?
There were like 10 enemies on the screen at the same time. Just bop, bop, bop.
What just happened there? Alright, so I gave them instructions to go into that elevator right away. They can wander if they want. They have the critical path. But any wandering they do is not going to count towards it. Unless they beat the stage. I think there's an alternate solution as well, but just the solution I gave them is going to count as forward progress unless they beat the stage some other way.
Yeah, you know
but
what?
Going into these doors is going to be helpful for them if they... Because there's items in there and like health and stuff. So, well, there's frogs actually, but...
Here's sort of my assessment with the game. I think that, like, overall, this game has a lot of good ideas. And in general, I think I would very much enjoy playing it. Yeah, it's got flaws, but still, like, you know, the flaws aren't enough to remove the joy from playing this game, in my opinion.
I agree completely.
3 Hams, by the way, may finish the boss and get caught up with Dude and Virazek. 3 Hams is behind, but honestly, when you have 3 Hams, sometimes, you know, that's a lot of ham.
They might be behind, but they're going into the same stage that Virazek and Dude are
on.
So, like, a lucky road in there.
I just love the knockback into the pit every single time. Jumping, enemy spawns, immediately pushes you back so you can't land on the platform. Beautiful.
And yeah, chat's theorizing that Solo's looking for health, which is a good plan. Honestly, like, you can find health. You need to fight the frogs to get it, though.
I don't like the frogs.
They're simple. They, you know, if you duck, they won't hit you. They're like the second boss of the game, or first boss of the game, or something.
Oh, okay.
Third. The first is just a room full of these red dudes.
3 Hams turning into Katana Robot. We've got...
Katana Robot.
It's a different type of RoboCop. I can't believe that, like, the third game was a RoboCop-like.
Surprise!
Surprise!
So it's like, you know, I gotta be on my brand here, and my brand is, you know, TurboGrafx PC Engine, and this game was like kind of like, do I give it? And yeah, no, I think I give it for sure.
Yeah, I think this is very appropriate. Like, it's the thing is, like, even though I say that there are aspects that I really like about this game, I don't think I would have seen this game outside of Kusogrand8, you know, unless I was specifically watching a stream when it appeared for some reason. And that's partly why I love the tournament, because there's so many games that I never would have been able to experience any other way. And technically I'm not playing, but I'm watching.
Yeah, which is a good way to enjoy it. Your entire audience is doing that.
Yeah.
Solo is doing a very smart strategy of duck into the room and leave so the enemies despawn. Otherwise, there's just going to be too many jumping dudes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really dig this music. I'm gonna have to go and find some of it to put on my playlist. So, to clarify for everybody, Solo is currently in the lead. I'm taking a look. I believe that Reverend Gumby has marked Dude as being in second, Virazek in third. Three Hams, I'm not completely sure how Three Hams is looking compared to the others. We may have some lead changes. In fact, I believe we are going to see some shifting, at least in second, third, and fourth. Solo is pretty solidly in the lead, and like, that could change. Like, if somebody gets to the door maze level and doesn't struggle, then Three Hams, no!
Solo at this point is 2 stages ahead, and this is a real bear of a stage.
Yeah, it's like the maze portion doesn't seem nearly as bad as the everything else portion.
Getting to the end of the stage that Solo's on with a high amount of health and the ability to transform is very helpful. And that seems to be the biggest problem that he's running into right now.
One thing that I would be curious about, like, the dude is onto the Skeledragon thingy.
Did we kick this entire skeleton dragon?
Yeah.
Love this boss music too. Doing the Super Joy, let's go.
Heck
let's
yeah.
Go.
Just
moving on.
Yeah, when you have that much health, you can just plow through the boss. Dude, on to level 8.
Oh, stage's got good music too.
It's just jam after jam.
Alright. Veer's like taking a moment to think, ponder, consider.
That's not a bad idea. Sometimes taking a little bit of a breather is a good idea, especially if, you know, you have a chance to look at a manual or some information that was given you. At the same time, even just, like, if you are getting very angry at a game, step away for a second, then come back with a fresh mindset. You know, there's nothing saying that you can't go and get a drink of water during a match. You absolutely can. Like,
yeah,
I know for a fact that we've had a game that had music so bad that somebody vomited. And
well,
like,
that was the the Metroid thing, right?
Yeah, that was Megatroid. And like, there are going to be games that could be really, really insufferable. Step away for a little bit, okay? Take a bit of a break. It's fine. You know? Just don't close the game, because you won't be able to start back up where you were unless there was a password.
Yeah, no passwords.
Yeah, no passwords in this game. Don't step away.
Kill this boss. The dude has a ton of health and the ability to transform right now. If they one-shot this stage, that'll put them in the lead easy.
Yeah, this is an impressive push by Dude. Yeah, so right now we're looking between Dude and Solo Andrade to take first place. Solo has been in the lead and is at the boss again, the weird little ninja boys. Or is this a mini boss?
This is the boss.
Okay, this is the boss.
I'm willing to bet Solo's going to try to work out a strategy to fight it with low health. Did they take a hit?
Looks like ducking and punching. You take
the
one
little
hit,
Randy,
but
yeah.
not. It takes
Think
two
I'll put it
hits
just
to take away a bar of health. It's a little bit weird, but if you can damage race this boss and just chill in the corner, that's fairly safe.
Yeah. I think they tried to do that last time, but I think they were taking extra hits when they were doing it, so they might pull it out here.
2 bars of health left. Let's see, Solo, can you do it? Okay. You have 3 more cycles that you can do. Okay. This one won't kill you, but the next one will. So, the boss is down!
Oh,
Solo
no.
literally 1 hit
What?
away from death. Chapter 10.
Oh, that's exciting. Hey, guess what? Platforms.
Oh, really? You don't say. Solo dies before falling into the pit. That's always nice.
We got a race, folks. We got 9.5 minutes left on this clock. The dude has a ton of health. Probably can transform. And honestly, if they get to this boss pretty quickly, don't take a ton of damage on the way, and just like hit it, just hit the thing.
Yeah, I
Then
am
it's
going to do
gonna
a
be-
quick refresh of all the streams to make sure that they are all caught up correctly. I know we had some buffering, so I want to make sure everybody is synced up as much as possible.
It looks like Three Hands has fully upgraded their weapon to 6, or whatever that is. Because they are shooting a lot of projectiles now.
Oh,
Alright, we're on the boss. We've got a ton of health. They're gonna work it out. Alright, I think they're getting the strategy of sit in the corner. They're using their Super Joy. I love the use of the Super Joy. You really only get that if your player's been playing a lot of fighting, a lot of beat 'em ups.
I mean, it
All
deals
right.
a lot of damage, but considering you also get hurt, the dude is in a risky situation here. No!
Oh, bummer.
Oh. Sad, but at the same time, one-shotting this level would have been extremely impressive.
Yeah, that would have been an amazing moment.
Dude could still catch up, though. 3 Hems and Virazek are fighting for 3rd and 4th at the moment. It's going to be hard for them to pass Dude and Solo at this point. So, yeah, really, what they should just focus on is making these jumps. There is no timer. Don't worry about rushing. Wait for the cycles to line up, and 3 Hems is on to the boss. This may be 3rd place.
I believe that is, sir. I'm not sure if Virazek has fought against that boss.
Oh my gosh,
3 Hems
RoboCop
is
took him down so
incredible.
fast.
That weapon is very upgraded.
No, Solo! Right into the pit.
If they can hold on to it, use it again on this boss, and then use it again on the next stage, 3 Hems has a chance. 3 Hems has a real chance.
Yeah.
I did not anticipate such a down-to-the-wire possibility engine here.
Okay, 3 Hems
Transforming.
transforming.
It's gonna clock.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Getting some transform juice.
Definitely something you want to keep.
Yeah, I believe that's like ammo for your gun. So they can just stay alive. Then this is incredible.
Yeah, 3 Hems is doing very well. And yeah, this is the time that you should be pulling out all of your consumables, all of you RPG lovers, just put your habits away, use everything you've got, If it's in your inventory, you better not have it by the time the round's up, because if you do, you didn't use it.
I think three Hands has seen the mechanics of this game on a deeper level than I think the other players have.
It seems like it. Yeah, 3 Hams is doing very well here. Okay, we've got the ammo refill. I think we're getting close to the boss for 3 Hams. This is just a really long walk to the right.
Yeah. Dude's trying to work out where to stand to fight this boss and not take damage. Because it only summons the duplicate when it's running to the left. So he's killing the they're killing the duplicate before it can spawn.
Okay, 3 Hams taking down one of the limbs.
They are taking 2
There
hits.
we go. Okay, now we're just gonna have to kick the thingy in the face, bam, or punch it. That's fine.
Yeah,
and
Hams
there we
is out
go.
of ammo.
3 Hams is through on to Chapter 9. We have 2 players on Chapter 9, Solo on Chapter 10.
Another huge opportunity given the things that they have. They have a level 6 weapon. Well, so does Solo at this point.
Yeah, as Chad is asking, players aren't scored on how many Mega Elixirs they have. Indeed, I do not care. No, Virazek still not able to make that jump. You know, that's something about Kusogrand8. There are going to be some games that just don't work for you personally, and that's fine. What is this weird, like, teleporter thingy?
It took me so long to figure out this is a teleporter the first time I played this game. Like an unfortunate amount of... I'm like, oh, it's just an empty room. And then I mapped out all the places you can go without going in a teleporter.
Okay, so definitely a teleporter.
Yeah. It's how you change floors. 3 Hams is looking for ammo. I think if 3 Hams get some ammo, they're just gonna obliterate this boss.
3 Hams needs to go in a door and get away from whatever's happening. Okay, Solo, meanwhile, doing some good platforming across... Like, there are a lot of enemies here, a lot of opportunities for knockback, and Solo is just getting really good at dodging this crap.
Yeah, they're having a great time,
my
dancing
gosh.
around the enemies.
Yeah, this is
And
not
doing a great
easy.
job.
Holy crap. There we go, across the very, very difficult platforms, moving up and down. Now we're onto a bit of a horizontal stretch with some really gross-looking enemies. What are these?
Oh, they look like they fell out of Contra.
Contra, Castlevania, a little bit of both, you know. Contravania.
Alright, the dude's back at the boss. Floor 13 is where it is. Trying to take care to take as little damage as possible.
No! Solo into the pit! That's fine. Yeah,
The
3
Hams
Hams.
has no ammo, so...
This is rough. But if there's ammo coming up, if there's anything,
Some
oh,
health.
that is very unfortunate for 3 Hams, but, you know, you do what you can. And if you don't have ammo, then it's just too bad.
I think there was a chance if they could get to this boss without, with more ammo and, with some ammo and more health, they could have one-shot it, but...
With that said, that was still a very incredible push by 3 Hams. I think that this is going to be a game over for 3 Hams. That's fine,
Yeah.
you know. Oh, still.
I think that solidifies our placements.
I do
Solid
think the
Dude,
places-
Hams, and Virazak.
I'll go ahead and let the remaining 30 seconds play out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's a pretty clear placement. Solo, Dude, 3 Hams, and Virazek.
That was an
huge
exciting
push.
final 10 minutes. That was an exciting final 10 minutes.
I
so much
very
shame.
much enjoyed it, yeah. Like, 3 Hams had a fantastic push, wasn't able to quite pass Dude, but caught up, you know? I do think Dude did more damage to the boss, and it, you know, because we can't really see it visually, it just makes sense. Dude got there first, did a lot of hits, didn't kill the boss, but honestly, did a fantastic job trying to take it down. Well, that is time! Cave story music. I don't want to listen to you. Go away. Okay, that is time. Solo is officially our victor today, followed by Dude 3 Hams and Virazek. I'm gonna go ahead and invite Solo to come and chat. Yeah, do you have any thoughts right now as we bring Solo in?
Are you asking me? I'm sorry. I just zoned out again. I'm reading Discord.
Yeah, well, we can't both read Discord, Flannel Cat. Yeah, what are your thoughts about how they did?
I think every player played extremely well. Like, there were a lot of lead changes from everybody at all times. That was amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Solo started falling behind. I think it was on stage 4 when you first get introduced to platforming. Yeah, and I was a little bit worried that Solo would fall behind, but then bam, managed to hold on to it and take the victory. And Solo is here right now. Hello there, Solo, and congratulations on your victory.
Thanks, I guess. I'm trying.
Congratulations.
Mine just blowing.
Yeah, so Solo, you did fantastic. Flannel Cat was talking about the door maze, talking about how deadly the pits were, and honestly, I think we were all shocked that you were able to make as much progress as you did. What are your overall thoughts about the game?
The game is fun. That's the crazy thing. This game is fun. Remind me of the first thing I saw when I watching the demo. It reminded me of the Power Rangers the movie, and I saw some speedruns of Power Rangers, and then okay, so you need to get energy in order to transform. Okay, that's the strat. Let me grab some energy, then transform when the time comes up. And it seems it works. About the platforming. Yeah, the platform.
Yeah.
I had to, after falling a lot, I had to, okay, take a deep breath and go slowly. Really go slowly. And I realized enemies goes in patterns, and this pattern cycles. So, okay, let the enemies come, deal with them. When you have the bridge, when you have the space, go press on, and it seems it worked. But on I think the first platform level was 6, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
So it worked on 6, and then escalated on 7 because of the moving platforms.
Oh my gosh!
And
yeah.
I had some trouble because of the moving platforms. Then I think for myself, let's see, if I transform, can I jump higher? That's one of the first things it came to my mind. Okay, right now I'm bad. Let me try to transform, and then I can jump higher, and then I can overcome this nonsense of these moving platforms. I don't know if it works.
I don't think you jump any higher when you transform. You just gotta be extremely careful.
Yeah,
it's tough, and I think MooWare saw through the lines of the code because they had a great push where they finished the stage with the blue background and nearly one-shot the door maze. They found how to upgrade their transform stuff, so they had like a level 6 gun with the blue transform that basically was a screen clear.
3
It was
Hams,
pretty amazing.
Right?
Yeah, that was Hams.
I was like, I don't think MooWare played in this match.
You know, animals.
Yeah, like
on the door maze. Well, we got the information about the door maze. Thanks, Flannel Cat. The problem is the boss, because okay, we have this door maze, and where's the energy? I need the energy. I need transform.
Oh no!
God damn it! Where's the energy? Where's the energy? Then I finally reached the floor 13. And here, hello, I'm a snake. Nyak. And there is an energy behind of the snake. Okay, I got 1 point of energy.
You know
Come on, I need to beat the boss. I need to transform to beat the boss. Come on, help me.
You know the rooms with the frogs that you found? If you
Yes.
those frogs, they should drop stuff or give you health or something.
I need to beat the frogs in order to grab energy?
I believe so.
Come on, I need to transform in order to defeat the frogs.
Yeah,
come
the
on.
frogs hurt. Frogs hurt.
Oh, come on. Then I had to change the strategy. Okay, I have low energy. Let me stay on the left side here, crouch, and start punching the boss. Maybe I can do. It was I think most of the bosses are really damage races. You need to
Yeah.
deplete the boss energy in order to faster than the boss depletes your energy. Well,
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
surprised I survived the boss on level 9 using this strat. I'm still surprised. How did I beat the video game? How did I beat this match?
You know, it was a tough game for everybody. Everyone played really well. I'm gonna be clear.
Yeah, the thing
It's
is,
just-
like, if you are struggling with something, that usually means everybody is struggling. This game is hard. There are some seriously difficult things in there, and it's you know, if it's hard for you, then odds are everybody is struggling at some point. It's just whoever is able to overcome that struggle, you know, ends up being victorious. And you did it. You figured out a lot of the platforming, especially early on. You had a lot of time with the door maze, and that was a huge advantage. Other people took, there were 2 other people who made it there probably 10 minutes after you. So you had at least 10 minutes of an advantage of figuring that out, and that was a huge bonus for you. Really, I think, just excelling at the early stages gave you the boost that you needed. That's how you won.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. There's a funny thing because the early stages until the first 5 stages, I think, oi, the game is easy. The game is fun. Why this is a console game? Then
Yeah.
I reached stage 6.
The question came up in chat maybe once or twice. Why is this here? This looks fine. Just wait.
Yeah.
The game is fun. The music is amazing.
Yeah, I love this game. Love it. The platforming aside, I loved this game.
Yeah, the game has problems, but that doesn't make it unenjoyable. You know, that's sort of the Kusogrand8 motto anyways. You know, just because it's bad doesn't mean it's unfun. Just because it's got problems doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. And just because a game is quote-unquote good doesn't mean that you're going to have fun. I mean, I loved... What is it? The Last of Us? I think that it's a fantastic game. Absolutely miserable to play through. And I don't think I can play it again because of how miserable it is, but I loved it. Yeah. Well, seriously, great job today. Are you streaming anything these days? Do you do anything on stream? Do you have your own channel?
I speedrun good video games. Sorry.
Good.
Right now.
You speedrunning this game. It's cool.
We gotta get you converted.
Well, let's see.
The Kusogrand8 to BBG to Awful Block timeline is real.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. It's real.
Honestly, what good games do you speedrun then? I want to know.
I speedrun Sonic games and some Sega Master System games as well. Right now, my current
These
project.
good games.
Yeah, you said
Yes.
Sonic. I thought you said good games.
Okay, I got an idea for Domeka's board. I just need to fill out the form and try to not sleep because Domeka's board sadly is on a.
Oh, it's late
time
for you, yeah.
It's late for me, but I got an idea
Ooh.
for Domeka's board. I said about Sonic for the Sega Master System. I said about the Master System.
Okay.
I speedrun the Sonic for the Sega Master System.
Ooh.
I don't know if any of the Kusogrand people knows there's an alternative version of that game
What?
who runs in another console other than the Sega Master System.
Are you talking about Game Gear?
Not the Game Gear. Older than the Game Gear
What?
itself. Older than the Sega Master System
Oh.
itself.
So like the SG-1000 or?
Maybe.
I don't know if it's older than the TurboGrafx 16, but it's purple and involves a very annoying emulator.
I'm
Very hard
interested.
to do proper capture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that would be interesting
try to
if
submit
if
that.
you're able to. Yeah, submit it. We need more submissions for Don't Make Us Bored. Of course, now that I'm back from travel / being sick, it's going to be happening more regularly. Thank goodness. And yeah, it would be great to have you.
Oh yeah, and I also my community project is speedrunning there is a mod for the Sonic CD 11 called Sonic CD Restored. I'm speedrunning this game, trying to get a sub 12, and I usually speedrun on the weekends.
Okay.
But on the work days, Monday to Friday, I also play some Minecraft on the stream.
Minecraft's a good chill time. Good. Good. All right, well, it looks like we're just about ready to move on to the last match, so I'll say goodbye to you. Thank you so much, Solo, and thank you, Flannel Cat, for giving the game. This was a riot. I loved it.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks
much
for having
for
me,
playing.
Brosentia.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Brosentia.
Heck yeah.
Once again, thanks Flannel Cat for the game. I love it. Maybe I can play into the future.
You're not too far away from the end. You should give it a shot. Yeah.
Wait, there's more than 10 levels?
What's that?
There is more than 10 levels in
I
that video
think
game?
there are 13. There are a few. There are a few more, but you're close to the end. You're getting close.
Okay,
All right.
gonna check it out.
Yeah, do it. Bye. Have fun. See ya.
Bye! Bye-bye!